Okay, so we're just going to give folks a few seconds to join us, and then we'll get started. Just give it a few more seconds. And hopefully everybody has a hot beverage to keep them warm throughout the presentation. Okay, I think we'll get started. I think other folks will be joining us, but just in the interest of everybody's time, we'll get things going. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us on such a very cold day. It's going to be an informative hour. I do want to thank our series sponsor, the Job Gym. They're always a great partner to us for many years. They help us with all of our employment and training needs. They're just a great partner to have. I'd like to introduce Amanda Shannon from the Job Gym, and I'm going to turn it over to her to say just a few words.
Thank you, Dolores. Welcome, everyone. We're excited for today's topic. Not only is it going to contain a lot of information about your health and safety programs, but also supports to help your business save money. So I'm going to shamelessly tack on to that theme. Hiring season is in Niagara. It's upon us now. And I just want to put in a plug that let Job Gym help you save some time, resources, and costs with your spring and summer hiring. We offer a number of things, including a giant talent pool. We've got over 4,000 job seekers registered with us and are connected to other employment service providers throughout the region that we can help share your information with. We offer support with creating job postings and job descriptions that we can circulate for you through our media and our job board. And we also specialize in recruitment events. Tomorrow is actually the last day to register for our Fort Erie multi-employer job fair. That is a free event for employers to participate, and it's shaping up to be a great one. We also offer individual customized events. So if you are looking to do something specifically for your business, I'm happy to help you plan that as well. So I'm looking forward to Laura and Stella sharing all of the great resources they're able to offer. And thank you so much, Dolores.
Oh, that's great. Thanks for that update. Lots of good stuff happening with the Job Gym. So today we welcome Stella Nicastro-Greeno. She's an account representative with Workplace Safety and Prevention Services. With over 17 years of dedication to championing health and safety, Stella has worn many hats and gained invaluable insights into the industry. For the past 4 years, Stella has been a proud member of the small business team. She collaborates closely with small businesses and community organizations, ensuring they have the essential knowledge, tools, and resources to create a secure work environment. Stella's mission is clear: to keep every worker healthy and safe every day. Great mission. We also welcome Laura Tudoruk, Health and Safety Services Consultant at the Workplace Safety and Insurance Board. She promotes the Health and Safety Excellence Program and supports employers throughout their health and safety journey. She's been at the WSIB since 2005, helping employers identify improvement opportunities in their health, safety, and return to work programs. Before joining the WSIB, Laura worked in the manufacturing sector as a health and safety coordinator and internal auditor, developing and maintaining a health and safety management system. Laura maintains her designation as a Canadian Registered Safety Professional and Certified Disability Management Professional. So thank you to both of you for joining us today and sharing your knowledge. The format for our session will be as follows. Our presenters will go through their presentation. You can submit your questions throughout the presentation through the Q&A function at the bottom of your screen, and we'll address all questions at the end of the presentation. So at this time, it's my pleasure to turn things over to both Stella and Laura. Take it away, ladies.
Thank you so much, Dolores, and welcome everybody. I'm so excited to be here with you this afternoon. As Dolores mentioned, my name's Laura Toderick. I'm with the WSIB, but focused on the health and safety programs and promoting health and safety across Ontario with our businesses at the board. Stella, can you give me a thumbs up? You can see my screen. Yeah, thank you. All right. Sometimes it gives me a green frame, which gives me the green light to go ahead, and then other times I get nervous when it's not there. All right. So the Health and Safety Excellence Program is a voluntary incentive program that WSIB offers. And what it does for you as an employer is gives you a roadmap to develop and implement a health and safety program for your business. And by participating in our excellence program, you implement these new health and safety topics in your business, and you earn rebates back on your WSIB premiums for each topic that you complete in the program. So this presentation today is a joint presentation, as Dolores mentioned, and Stella is my colleague from Workplace Safety and Prevention Services, who is a key partner with our Health and Safety Excellence Program and in our health and safety system. And she's going to tell you more about their services after I tell you a little bit about WSIB's Excellence Program. So I want to tell you more about how the Health and Safety Excellence Program works, what's involved in participating in the program, and what are the great rebates and incentives your business can receive by participating in this program, and what are the next steps to get you started with that. So, as I mentioned in the opening, the Excellence Program is a voluntary incentive program. It is designed to be flexible because we know that each of you joining us here today is probably a little bit different. Your business is not probably the same model as everybody else. You have a different number of employees, different organizational structure. Maybe you're not new to health and safety and you've already put together some health and safety policies and procedures for your workers, some different training programs and so forth. So everybody needs a little bit of a different action plan. They need different topics in their workplace. And so that's where the flexibility of our excellence program comes in, where you can identify what are your business's health and safety needs and how can we support you with rebates and recognition to achieve those goals in making your workplace safer. So the program's designed to lay out what are the different topics for implementing a health and safety program and what are the supports that you need for implementing those new initiatives. When you join the Excellence Program, you work with one of WSIB's approved program providers, and they help you with different resources, consulting services, networking opportunities to keep you on the right path and recognize, what are the legal obligations for these topics that I'm taking on? What are some of the best practices that are out there in industry? And what are the supports I need to answer my questions, right? So you receive all that as a member in the Excellence Program from your selected provider. Then you earn rebates back on the premiums that you pay to WSIB, because obviously we want to make sure that Ontario is one of the healthiest and safest places to work. So we are rewarding employers for implementing new health and safety topics in the business, thereby making their workplace safer. So, in order to participate in this program, you do need to have an active WSIB account number and at least one full-time employee in order to participate. Now, when I say one full-time employee, if you have all part-time employees, that does not leave you out. So maybe that statement is a bit misleading, but you do have to have one employee other than yourself as an owner, if you're an owner joining with us today, in order to move forward in the program. It can't just be a sole proprietor, is what we're getting at there. So, what are some of the different benefits in joining the Health and Safety Excellence Program? Ultimately, we want to reduce or prevent the injuries or illnesses that are happening in Ontario businesses and Ontario workplaces. By implementing new health and safety topics, new health and safety initiatives and programs, by creating that safer workplace, you're creating a culture of health and safety for your business. That in turn spurs employee confidence, loyalty in a lot of cases, satisfaction, a sense of pride and belonging in your workplace. When you're investing into health and safety programs, you're investing into your workers and the success of your business. So it really has an overall positive impact on the culture in your workplace. People feel good to come to work. They feel safe. They're not worried about what's going to happen that day necessarily, because you've created that environment where they feel safe, they feel valued, and it creates that benefit overall that ultimately leads to better productivity and profits as well. You are getting assistance when you join the Health and Safety Excellence Program. We do use a network of approved providers, so you're working with a health and safety professional to support you, to answer your questions, to give you resources and templates in order to make these changes. Because in a lot of cases, businesses want to do the right thing. They're not always sure what that is, right? So understanding what's the legislation, what are the programs, the offerings, the things that I should focus on to build that health and safety system in the business. This is where you get that network and that support to make those changes and improve health and safety in your business. And ultimately, that's going to help improve your business reputation. We want to promote all of the members in our program. We give you a digital membership badge that you can advertise the fact that you're participating in this program, that you're a business that's committed to health and safety, keeping your workers healthy and safe. And we also post that badge on our public safety check website. So if anybody wants to look up the health and safety profile for your company, they can see that you're participating in this program, making improvements in your health and safety system. And at the bottom line, we are giving away rebates. So when these slides were developed, that number was at 46 million. Last I heard, with our last rebate run at the beginning of the year, we're up to $70 million in rebates that we've given it away so far. So there is a lot of money on the table to support these initiatives and move the needle for health and safety in our province. So this is one of our testimonials from our member, Halton Healthcare. This program has helped them bring consistency to their health and safety policies and their programs and identify opportunities to improve. So they have found a benefit in this program. Their wording is, they would highly recommend the Health and Safety Excellence Program to any organization looking to strengthen their safety programs and receive a return on investment for doing so, right? We recognize that having health and safety programs is legally required. So this is work that ideally your business is doing anyway. Why not get some financial support, some rebates, and incentives back for that work that you're doing? Now I want to get into how the program works, because there is some work involved with participating in the Health and Safety Excellence Program. No different, you're going to write a policy or procedure for health and safety or implement some training. It takes some time, it takes some energy and some effort. And so there is some inputs from you as a member in our program. So we want to be upfront and explain how it works and what the next steps are for members in the program. There are 4 steps in participating. They are divided up into join, develop, demonstrate, and achieve. And this is what represents an action plan cycle in the Health and Safety Excellence Program. Members join the program through one of our approved providers, and they select what health and safety topics they want to work on in their business. At step 2, they're going to develop those health and safety topics they've selected. So the action plan topics, are going to come to life. You are going to work on policies and procedures for those and implementing them into your workplace. Once you've implemented those new topics, you move on to the demonstrate step, The demonstrate step is where you have the opportunity to show us what you've done to implement those topics in order to validate that that topic is complete. And then at step 4, the achieve, you are going to receive a rebate on your WSIB premiums for each of the topics that you've successfully completed in the program. So I'm going to dive into that a little bit more. And just so you know, a copy of these slides will come out to you after the webinar. So you can look back on these just to go through what those steps look like in a little more detail to digest some of this information. So if you're interested in participating in the Health and Safety Excellence Program, the first thing you need to do is choose one of our WSIB approved Health and Safety Excellence Program providers. They are health and safety experts that are there to support you through every step of this program. You're going to hear from one of our valued providers, Workplace Safety and Prevention Services, WSPS, as part of this presentation today. So Stella's going to tell you more about the information that WSPS, the services that they offer to members when they join the program. Now, typically there are costs to join the program, and those costs generally range anywhere between $800 and $2,000 in order to participate in the program. Those costs go directly to the provider. They are offering you professional services, and ultimately those services can last up to a year while you complete the health and safety topics on your action plan. So really it is a nominal fee over the course of time for the support that you do receive from them in participating in the program. Members generally earn far more in rebates and incentives than they pay to their providers to participate in this program. But it is an upfront cost. It's essentially a commitment fee to receive those resources and supports and get you started in the program. Now, after you register in with the provider, you're going to select the health and safety topics that you want to work on. So this is where the flexibility starts, right? You're going to select the topics that are the priority for your business right now. What are some new health and safety initiatives that you want to work on? You can work on up to 5 topics per action plan. If 5 topics seems too much for you to take on at this time in the year, or just overall, you only want to take on a couple of topics at a time and gradually make these improvements, that's okay. This journey really is unique and customized for your business. So there is the flexibility piece of doing 1 to 5 topics. And you're going to send through those health and safety topics to your provider for approval. Once that action plan of topics is approved by the provider, WSIB is going to give you a $1,000 incentive just for getting started and creating an action plan in the program. So that incentive is available to Schedule 1 businesses. That is the majority of businesses that are registered with WSIB. If you pay regular premiums to WSIB, whether it's monthly or quarterly, you are a Schedule 1 business, and you are entitled to that $1,000 incentive just for joining our Health and Safety Excellence Program. And that is going to offset, and in some cases even cover, all of those upfront registration costs with the provider. So we do not want that to be a barrier to you participating in this program and reaping the benefits. So don't let that upfront provider registration deter you from learning more about the program. This is another testimonial from one of our valued members, Jeffrey's Greenhouses, and they in fact are registered with WSPS in this program. And they are a great fan of their provider and the services that they receive. So they acknowledge the program is flexible, it offers financial rewards. Their program provider gives them stellar industry-specific support, which they wouldn't have if they weren't in the program. So we love hearing from our members. It's such a reinforcement of the benefits that come from this, and we're always looking for that information. So you're probably curious about what is a health and safety topic in the Excellence Program. What are some examples of what that looks like? So there are 41 different health and safety topics to choose from, and they are spread across 3 levels in the program. So when we talk about health and safety foundation topics, these are your basics. A lot of the basic legislative requirements, from having a health and safety policy statement, doing workplace inspections, implementing a first aid program, some of the basics that maybe you've already started to work on, maybe you already have some of those things, but it also includes recognizing and controlling hazards in your workplace as well. The next level in the program are the intermediate level topics. These are more process related. You're building health and safety into your day-to-day operations and activities. So this is where you're going to recognize, Pre-use inspections of equipment need to be done. You need to have a preventive maintenance program for the different equipment. You need to have return to work programs in case there's an injury in your business. And then the top level, the advanced level in the program is called the advanced level. And this is where you're really establishing a management system to health and safety. This is where you would review health and safety trends, identify if there's continuous improvement opportunities, developing those action plans, corrective action plans, doing audits on your program, and so forth. So no matter where you are in the journey, if you've already got a lot of the foundation level topics completed, you don't have to start at the bottom. You can, mix and match from across all of these levels, really based on what your business needs are at this time. So I am not going to spend a lot of time on the topics just because there are 41 of them and we only have an hour. So the foundation topics are listed here. You will receive a copy of the slides, so you can reference what the different topic options are. And also on our program website, we do have all of the topic requirements identified. So there's a list of all 41 topics and a brief overview of what the requirements are for each one of these. So there will be a link that you'll receive in the follow-up email, and you can go directly to that page to start looking at what you already have in place or how it measures up with some of the requirements that we've defined, and taking a look at what those next steps might be for you with developing health and safety topics. Now, the one topic I do want to spend just a moment on is number 10 here at the foundation level. So number 10 is called control of hazards. And the reason that I highlight that for you today is because control of hazards is unique. You can repeat that topic as many times as you need to put in control programs for the different hazards that exist in your workplace. So for example, if you wanted to spend some time and focus on preventing slips, trips, and falls in your business, that would fall under control of hazards. You would develop a slips, trips, and falls prevention program. If you needed to develop a workplace violence or harassment program for your business, it would fall under control of hazards as well. So for all of the different hazards that exist, whether it's chemical hazards, hazards related to equipment that you use in the workplace, work-related driving, different operations that you perform, those things would fall under control of hazards in developing a control program or a prevention program for those specific hazards in your business. Now, as we move forward into the intermediate level, the only thing I will highlight here, there are two new topics for 2025 that we introduced. They are on psychological health and safety, one on assessing risks in your business, and the next one on reducing risks or controlling the risk of psychological health and safety issues. So those are new for the program. The other thing I'll highlight is we do have 3 different return to work topics in the program. So number 8, 10, and 11 are on return to work. So if you haven't formalized a return to work procedure and practices for your organization, that could be a focus as well. So a lot of different options here. You'll also notice that there are overlap with some of the other standards that exist in health and safety. So if your business was interested in becoming ISO 45001 certified, for example, you could complete topics in the Excellence program to build a health and safety system that meets the ISO requirements and ultimately work towards certification or accreditation under that standard. So the advanced level topics, again, this is where you're auditing and making improvements on your overall health and safety system and formalizing that system in place. So hopefully you see something across those different options. I know we covered them very, very quickly, but again, they are available on the program website. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out after the webinar, and I'd be happy to chat with you about the different topic options. So once you've selected the topics that you want to work on and created that action plan in the program, step 2 in that action plan cycle is to develop the topics that you've chosen. So implementing the topics in the workplace is going to start with writing a written standard. So a policy or a procedure or a safe operating procedure, whatever terminology you want to use, there needs to be a written standard for the topics that you choose. And then you're going to take the actions that you need to implement that standard into the business. So that could be a combination of communication with your employees, doing some training on the topic, implementing new processes or hazard controls to, implement that new health and safety initiative. When you're implementing topics in the program, we ask you to use the plan, do, check, act model. So this will be, that continuous improvement loop to make sure that when you implement your topic, it is successfully implemented. You didn't miss anything. You covered off all of the requirements. So step one in that process is to plan out what you need to do. And this is going to be spelled out in writing in your written standard for that topic. Once you've written the standard, you've made the plan, the next step is to implement that. So you're going to communicate what the new procedure is to your workers, do any training that's related to the topic. So for example, if you were to select the first aid topic and you didn't have enough first aiders in the workplace, you would initiate having that first aid training done. Or maybe if you do control of hazards and your business requires people to work at heights, you would do some fall prevention training. You would make sure that everybody's using the procedures you're written. For example, if you developed a workplace inspection topic, you would want to make sure that workplace inspections were getting documented on those record-keeping forms, that they're getting submitted into the right people to follow up on those inspection findings. So that's the example of, kind of enacting or implementing those different steps. After the work has been done for a little while, you would go back and you would do a check or an evaluation on that implementation that you've done because you want to see that the work is going to according to plan, that you're following the procedure that you wrote, and if there's any gaps, right? So if you decide to do pre-use inspections on all of your vehicles and you've done them for all of the delivery trucks, but you forgot to do them for a sales vehicle, for example, and it was supposed to be included, that's a gap that you might identify, and you'd go back and make sure that it was communicated and implemented for each of the different vehicles that you implemented. So that's an example of going back and checking. So this could be a survey that you do with staff. This could be a records review. You want to check your inspection records. Maybe you sit down at a meeting and talk about how the changes have been implemented or adopted by the different staff. You're just going back to see, is it working the way we wanted it to? Is there anything we need to do to improve it? And at that point, you could take some corrective actions if you find any gaps, or acknowledge that everybody's done a great job with adopting these new initiatives that you'd set out to accomplish. Now this is a new initiative for 2025 as well. We have adopted what we call some recommended pathways for businesses or members. It's really geared towards smaller businesses or businesses that are new to health and safety. When we have interacted with different businesses, we found that they really wanted more direction, like where do I start on that list of 41 topics? What makes the most sense for me? So for smaller businesses or businesses new to safety, we've implemented these 5 recommended pathways for you to consider. In a lot of cases, smaller businesses were more comfortable taking on a lesser number of topics as well. So you'll find that this does not max out your action plans at 5 topics each. So if you don't want to do 5 topics, if you feel overwhelmed with how many that is, that's okay. Or if you see these pathways and you think, no, I really do want to do 5 topics, I want to try this out, you can add to this. And really, it's a conversation starter with your provider to see if this aligns with what the goals are for what you want to achieve. Okay, so you can take a look at these and consider them as options to getting you started on that health and safety journey. We've with year 1, cycle 1, talking about roles and responsibilities, basic legal obligations, understanding the role of a worker rep or a health and safety committee. At year 2, it talks about health and safety basics, incident reporting, having regular health and safety communication, and so forth. And it just works through into some different steps. So this is not set in stone by any means, but it does give you, a recommended pathway to consider if you want that direction with your health and safety journey. This is all spelled out as well in some of our other member resources. We do have a program manual that typically goes out to members after they get started, and that's a great resource as well. All right, so once you have um, developed the topics into your workplace, you've followed that plan, do, check, act for that implementation cycle, you've let the topics come to life in your business, people are starting to use them, they're following the procedures. The next step is called demonstrate. So you're going to demonstrate the work that you've done to improve health and safety and implement the topics in your business. We call this process validation because we want to validate that you've met the topic requirements and that they are in fact implemented into the workplace. So you're going to upload an evidence package into the digital tool. So this is right from WSIB's online services that the majority of our businesses are using now for checking their premium rates, paying their premiums, and reporting payroll information and so forth. So all of our we've tried to go paperless, so we are not mailing out statements anymore. It is available through that online services portal, and we use the same portal for the excellence program. So you can upload your evidence package to show us what did you do to implement your health and safety topics? Once we receive those evidence packages, we have a team of validators that they get assigned to, and they're reviewing that evidence to confirm implementation and that you've met the health and safety requirements for those topics. The provider has different templates for you to use. So we really don't want this to be, necessarily a stab in the dark for you. We want to make this as seamless as possible. So definitely there's templates for you to fill out that'll ask you questions to tell us the different steps that you took to implement these new health and safety topics. Once those topics are implemented and the evidence files are uploaded, we will review that evidence to confirm implementation, and we will give you some feedback on the information that we've received. So the validators will deem the topics complete, or they'll request some additional evidence just to make sure if there's anything missing. Now, as one of the services for members in the program, we do have some member webinars, and they do talk about both the develop and the demonstrate steps. So it talks about what are the different activities to implement health and safety programs in the workplace, developing, communicating, training, and documenting the different steps that you're taking. And then also for demonstrate, it talks about that validation process. So these member webinars are actually delivered by the validators themselves. So you really hear directly from them what they're looking for. You understand more about that process, which is really, really helpful. So if you do decide to register into the program, we email out the schedule for those develop and demonstrate webinars at least quarterly. So, sign up for one of those 1 hour sessions to learn a little bit more, and it really helps to promote success through the program. Once all of the topics on your action plan have been validated, the last step in this action plan cycle is to achieve your recognition and your rebates. So rebates are issued after all of the topics have been validated and the action plan has been closed. We issue rebates on a quarterly schedule. So you don't have to wait a really long time to see that money come back to your business and really receive that reward for your efforts. The rebates typically are much more than the upfront costs to participate in the program. And again, that starts out with that $1,000 incentive that you receive in the quarter following your action plan approval. So we want to get you started off on the right foot and definitely reward you for those efforts. How much can you earn in rebates? Our rebate structure is designed to be simple to understand, All you need to know is your previous year's reported premiums, which again, you can access through your online services account. You can see it directly. If you don't have access to that online services, maybe it's not part of your direct role or you have a bookkeeper that looks after that, just feel free to reach out to me as one of the consultants in the program. I'm happy to go through what that rebate estimate looks like for you. Once you know your prior year reported premiums, you find your band in this table. So for example, if your previous year's reported premiums were $60,000, you would fall into this second band and you would be entitled to a rebate of $3,000 per completed topic in the program. Again, you can complete up to 5 topics on each action plan. So if you were to do the maximum of 5 topics, you'd be looking at $15,000 in rebates. The maximum amount in rebates, this comes up with much smaller businesses. You know, when we're in this this first band here, for the most part, the maximum rebate amount per action plan that a business can receive is 200% or 2 times the previous year's reported premiums. So, and again, only Schedule 1 businesses can earn rebates and financial incentives. But that is the majority of businesses in the province that pay us either quarterly or monthly premiums. I do have a couple of examples here just to show you what this looks like. This first example shows you how a business can earn the maximum amount in rebates in the program. So this small bakery business that paid $2,800 in premiums in the previous year, by participating in the program and doing 3 topics, they would be in that first rebate band. So they would receive $2,000 per completed topic, up to a maximum of 2 times their prior year's premiums. So that would be 2,800 times 2. So $5,600 would be their rebate for completing 3 topics in the program. Plus they get the upfront $1,000 incentive for joining the program and getting an action plan started, for a total rebate amount of $6,600. So that's what that looks like with that 200% of prior year premiums. And then this next one goes through kind of a more simplified, straightforward example. So a medium-sized business in manufacturing that paid us $70,000 in premiums last year. They fit into that second band that we talked about on the first rebate slide. They get $3,000 per topic. If they do 4 topics in the program, they would get $12,000 in rebates. They would still receive that extra $1,000 upfront for starting the action plan, for a total potential rebate of $13,000. So some great incentives available, across the board for different businesses. We tried to make the rebates really straightforward. You can see that that rebate structure in the slides, and also it's available in our FAQ on the website. So if you're looking for it, that is where it is. In addition to the financial rebates, I mentioned earlier too, we want to be able to promote your business's participation in the program. So this is an example of our member badge that you can use to advertise your business's commitment to health and safety. And we will also show a copy of that badge on our Safety Check website. So Safety Check shows the business health and safety statistics for everyone registered with WSIB. And we like to highlight the members that are participating in the Excellence program. So that gives you a great overview of the Excellence program and how it works. So if you are thinking that you're ready to join, feel free to check out our program website for some more information. We've added a ready to join checklist just to let you know what next steps are. And definitely, if you have any questions, feel free to use this contact information, and you can reach out to me directly with any questions about next steps. I do have a couple extra slides that will be included in the follow-up email that you'll receive. It references our online services and the different options that you can take advantage there to manage your account more directly and easier with WSIB. So I'm going to hand over the virtual microphone now to my colleague and friend Stella at WSPS. She's going to tell you more about some of the health and safety services and offerings at Workplace Safety and Prevention Services.
Great. Thank you, Laura. Okay, so just a thumbs up that you can see the PowerPoint slides. Everything's good? Perfect. Thank you so much, Laura. Okay, let's get into it. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. My name is Stella. I'm an account representative of small business on the small business team at WSPS. And I'm here to share information about workplace safety and prevention services and how we can support you through the Health and Safety Excellence Program. Additionally, I'll also provide resources to assist you along your health and safety journey. I really want to say a special thank you to Dolores and her team for hosting this session today. Laura and I are really happy to be here. A little bit about workplace safety and prevention services in case you've never heard of us before. WSPS is a not for profit organization, and we're dedicated to protecting Ontario workers and businesses. A proud partner in Ontario's occupational health and safety system, collaborating with both the Workplace Safety and Insurance Board and the Ministry of Labour, Immigration Training and Skills Development. And our commitment extends to supporting the Health and Safety Excellence Program, which really helps businesses achieve workplace injury and illness prevention. When you partner with Workplace Safety and Prevention Services, you gain access to a team of over 100 safety professionals across the province. And our services include health and safety expertise, consulting, training, and resources tailored to your business needs. So, as an approved WSIB provider, we have welcomed over 1,000 participants into our Health and Safety Excellence Program, resulting in $9 million in rebates of the WSIB rebates. Um, in addition to what you see on the screen, we also provide businesses with support through the Health and Safety Excellence Program, providing you with a dedicated health and safety excellence team. Our experts are here to guide you step by step through the program. Resources and templates, you have access to valuable resource and templates to assist you in every step of the program. Monthly communication and networking events, stay connected and learn more from others in your field. Evidence review. Before you submit anything to the WSIB, we will review your evidence and ensure accuracy. And of course, you have access to the 24/7 member community website where you can explore our online community and ongoing supports. So our program pricing is as you see here. WSPS offers flexibility year-round registration, allowing businesses to join at any time. And so the registration fee is a flat fee, which is based on your annual WSIB premiums. And most small businesses are going to fall under the $800 category, paying less than $100,000 in premiums to the WSIB. As Laura mentioned, businesses will receive $1,000 for every new health and safety action plan, effectively putting $200 back in your pocket. So you simply register, you would select your topics, and once approved by the WSIB, $1,000 goes in your pocket. And each cycle typically takes 5 months to a year to complete. There is no hidden fees with WSPS. We do not take any part of the rebate, so please be cautious when selecting a provider, as many charge a lower registration fee upfront, but do take a portion of your rebate. With WSPS, what you earn is what you get. In addition to that, we have discounts available, so participants are also going to receive a 10% discount on other services purchased with WSPS. Okay, so if you're interested in registering for the program, finding the application form is really easy. You would visit our website, wsps.ca. You would go to the How We Can Help section. This is where you're going to find information of the WSIB Health and Safety Excellence Program, accessing the application directly there. We do hope that you do decide to join the Health and Safety Excellence Program right away, as it's a fantastic program to support you along your health and safety journey. And really, the facts are that all businesses need to have health and safety living and breathing in their workplace. So, why not get your premium dollars back while doing so? And if you need more time to think about it, no problem. I'll be sending an email to Dolores after the webinar with all the links and additional information. So you'll have access to that after the webinar as well. All right. So maybe you're not quite ready to join the Health and Safety Excellence Program, and that's fine too. All businesses are at different steps in their health and safety journey, and we understand that. So at WSPS, we're dedicated to helping small business owners reach their full potential, and that's why we've created a small business center. It's a hub of tools and resources to keep you on track with health and safety information tailored to your business needs. You can certainly scan the QR code to access a small business center. Um, Essentially, this is a snapshot of what the landing page looks like. All the information and resources that you're going to find on the Small Business Center is free. At least I say almost all, but 98% of it is free. Tools, templates, resources, information, all free. Um, the cost that you'll find is associated to training. So if you need a health and safety representative to be trained, our e-course has a fee to it. Or perhaps if you need joint health and safety committee training, there's also a fee to that. 98% free though on our Small Business Center. And so the Small Business Center is divided into 4 sections, and each is packed with valuable tools and resources and information. Today, I want to highlight our safety roadmap. This section provides essential health and safety requirements and resources customized for your business and your business size. So, whether you have 1 to 5 employees, 6 to 19 employees, or 20 to 49 employees, you would follow the safety roadmap to address your legal requirements and fill any occupational health and safety gaps and concerns. Of course, remembering that the information on our Small Business Center is free once again. So, if you're not quite ready for the Health and Safety Excellence Program, then perhaps consider registering for our Small Business Advisory Service. This service is designed for businesses that have fewer than 20 employees. Who can benefit from the Small Business Advisory Service? Well, businesses needing additional support to understand their legal requirements, identifying hazards, or businesses that might need a little extra coaching or guidance. Those who have limited time and limited budgets for health and safety practices. Businesses looking for expert guidance, we're going to connect you with a Canadian registered safety professional to develop a customized action plan after an on site walkthrough. And you'll be matched up with one of our passionate health and safety volunteers who can certainly assist you with every step of the program. Businesses looking for free resources to implement effective health and safety practices, and businesses wanting coaching and mentoring from an advisor who will visit their location, assist with a workplace inspection, and provide an action plan. What's included in this service? The initial assessment. So, a health and safety expert is going to review your current health and safety practices. They're going to customize the information for you. So, based on the assessment, the advisor will provide you with tailored advice and practical solutions that are easy to implement. You're going to receive a resource handbook. So participants receive a program handbook filled with practical tools and expert advice to share with their workers. Support every step of the way. So the advisor will assist with the implementation and recommended changes and provide follow up support to ensure that improvements are effective. And of course, flexible scheduling. So the program requires 10 hours of commitment with scheduling that fits your business hours. The service is designed to be straightforward and highly beneficial. And how to apply for this service? Well, again, I'll be sending an email to Dolores containing the links to the resources that we discussed in today's webinar, along with the application form for the Small Business Advisory Service. This is going to ensure that you have easy access to that information. So again, before I get into just finishing the webinar up, we at WSPS want to support you along your health and safety journey wherever you might be. So perhaps you're not ready quite yet for the Health and Safety Excellence Program, and that's fine. You might want to consider perhaps just going on to the Small Business Center, looking for those resources that you need. Perhaps you're someone who's a little more self-directed, understands health and safety, and really just wants to access the tools and information. So we have our Small Business Center. If you need a little more support, we have our small business advisory service. Again, it's 10 hours of free consulting. There's no strings attached after the 10 hours, and it really does support you with basic coaching and mentoring just to get you started on your journey. Or if you're a little more advanced and really want to participate in getting your rebate dollars back, right? You're implementing health and safety in your workplace, it's living and breathing in your organization, and you definitely want to participate and get those rebate dollars back. The Health and Safety Excellence Program is a fantastic program. So I just kind of wanted to highlight just the different services and avenues that we have to support businesses along their health and safety journey. So stay connected with WSPS. Join our community on social media for the latest health and safety updates. Follow us at WSPS.ca, LinkedIn, Facebook, X, YouTube for valuable content and resources. We also have a small biz safety podcast with over 40 episodes. Our monthly podcast covers the trends that's happening in the news and in health and safety and the small business community. Some of our featured past episodes include what to expect during a ministry inspection visit, first aid requirements for Ontario workers, and in our latest episode, we talk about responding to crime and violence in the retail sector and retail businesses. So subscribe and listen to your favorite podcast platform to empower your small business with knowledge to create a safer workplace. Okay, so if you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to us via the email address that you see on your screen. Additionally, for more information, explore Health and Safety Excellence Program at WSIB.ca, WSIB.ca. And if you're interested in participating, certainly visit WSPS.ca to register for the program. Thank you so much for participating in our session. On behalf of Laura and I, we're very excited to be here, and thank you so much for spending your lunch hour with us.
That's great. Thank you so much, ladies. That was a lot of information, a lot of great information. I don't see that there's any questions, but I do have one question. So for WSIB, are there any programs or initiatives around or for mental health? I know that number 6 and 7 was psychological health and safety. Is that piece? And like, I guess could you tell us a little bit of what's in that?
Yeah, sure. So great question. Thank you. And where mental health would come in initially is maybe some wellness initiatives that your business is working on, right? So with wellness initiatives, it might fall more under another topic at that level, which was workplace health promotion. So there are some different initiatives that different businesses get started on. With the psychological health and safety topics, it really is getting into the national standard for psychological health and safety. So we look at can you hear me okay? Sorry,
Yeah.
But I just realized I didn't have my mic down, and that makes a big difference. So there are wellness initiatives that businesses may be working on, and that can be a broader spectrum of, healthy eating, how do you, sleep hygiene, different options for wellness and promoting. So that is more of a workplace health promotion factor. With the psychological health and safety topics, it really relates to the national standard for psychological health and safety. We worked with a well-renowned mental health specialist, Dr. Bill Howitt, and he helped us construct the psychological health and safety topics. So the first topic looks at assess your risks. What are the different factors in your workplace that can contribute to people's psychological health and safety, or maybe their distress, right? So whether that's workloads, different interactions and so forth in the business. So you look at the different factors that may be contributing to people's psychological safety, and then, what are the different control measures? And when you take on the second half of, or the second topic in psychological safety of control your risks, we just ask you to focus on one of those factors, not all 13. Okay, so you really look at what are the different impacts that could be happening in my business, and then what is one that we want to focus on and make some improvements.
Yeah, that's great, because
Yeah.
we are hearing more and more about mental health within the workplace. So that's great to know.
Yeah.
Amanda, I'm not sure if you had any comments or questions. No? Okay, that's great. I just, again, really want to thank you guys for such an informative presentation. There was a lot of information there, but I really want to encourage our members to not be afraid to reach out. It doesn't cost anything. There's no obligation to just learn more. There's a lot of resources, right at their fingertips, and sometimes it's just taking that first step to make that connection, and hopefully we can help facilitate that. So thank you again. Just want to let the members know that our next Lunch and Learn takes place on February 18th. The topic's going to focus on human trafficking, actually. That's happening right here in Niagara. We're going to talk about how it impacts your business, how you, your staff, and your colleagues can help make a difference as well. So hope to see you all there. Thanks again so much for joining us. Stay warm and have a great afternoon, everyone. Take care.
Bye. Take care, everybody.